Welcome back to this tutorial. We are going to carry on with our pattern paper to put onto our folio. This one, that is the front page, and with a score on the side. Just going to fold on my score line. That's going to be a flip out page for the front. I've cut into the paper pack already. That was over there, that was over there. So this is just the front page. And they were connected there. So I just cut right through. And that is what we are going to use. You just need to cut this to size so that you can have a little border all around. And when you glue it up like that is what it's gonna look like. You just need to have, you can decide how much border of your cardstock you want to show. I'm gonna glue mine down and I will show you exactly what it looks like. I glue mine down and it looks very pretty. Now if you want to, you can take your ink pad that is similar color to the pattern paper, so it's like a brownish color, and you can ink the edges. What I mean by inking the edges, you use a sponge dauber or your blending tool, and on the side of your paper you can ink it up like that and you get a different look. I'm not going to do it with this tutorial, but you're welcome to do that. Now let's go into our paper pack. That's the first page, the second page, and the third page that looks like this. We are going to use this. We just put that aside for our front page. That is for the front here. What I want is the lace there with the bow. That is what we need to have. Now you will see in this tutorial I don't measure, I just eyeball, and I just make some marks that it is a little border for me all around. With this one I can tell you what the measurement is. So we are going to take the paper and we're going to turn it this way. So the pretty side is onto our left hand side. And we're going to measure it 8 inches. Then we're going to turn it again. And this way it is going to measure 6 1/8 of an inch. And then we're going to cut it. So what you actually can do is measure, when you turn it like that, and you measure that way and cut that down so that you've got that whole piece there all ready to use for the next page. So when you've got it like this, cut it straight. I'm going to cut mine and let me show you what I mean. Just put it in just needs to open the arm so I can get the length. I've got my mark over there, so I know exactly where I need to be, and I'm just going to line it up to make sure I am straight, and I'll cut. So that you're going to put aside and then turn it, and then we're going to go to the 1/8 inch mark and we're going to cut. And that piece, we put them aside. So we're not throwing anything away. Nothing until we are finished with our folio, and then you can decide what you want to throw away. This is onto our front page. Now we just gonna glue this down. You can glue it down or you can use a score tape. I like, especially for the front page, we are going to put something on top of here. I like to put some score tape and fill it in with glue. Now the score tape you can use, this is the 1/4-inch score tape, and we're just gonna do the edges so that it doesn't lift. That's all we need to do. And we get our bone folder and we cut it off. This bone folder is a Teflon bone folder. It is very nice. It's got a sharp point. I don't like to score with this because it's score thick. It also depends on what kind of paper I'm going to use. If it's a thick paper, then I will probably use this so that I don't score right through my paper. And I'm very heavy-handed. That's why I have to be careful when I do some scoring. Then that is what it looks like, and it is got a curve down to that side. And then it's flat over here. Where the flat side is, it's got an edge there, and that's what you use to cut your score tape. This side we're going to use, and we're going to lift up the score tape. Right, so let's just do all sides. And if you are a little bit over, just trim it down. I was a little bit too strong here. Too strong. So I just need to fill that space there. Take it over. And cut it. And now we are going to burnish it very well. So we're going to use the flat side and we burnish it. What I mean by burnish, we need to get all the air that can get underneath the score tape, because it can lift, and then you have to go back and fix it. And rather do it now, and you know you don't have any problem later on. You can see I'm a little bit over there, and just cut it off. And on that side. Okay, so what we are going to do, what I normally do, and it makes it easier for me, I've got this one here already, and I will take that one off. That will be my starting point. And we're going to fill this in with glue. I'm using tacky glue. It works very well for me. So let's just fold this all in. And if you want to put score tape in the middle, you can do that as well. And let's glue it in. Need to have my little piece there and position it as straight as you can. Now I can take that off, and I can lift this side. This is the easiest way for me to do it. Then I know I am straight with my front page, especially your front page. And I'm just going to take all these ones out. That's better. Open it up. And then we're going to burnish it well. And make sure it grabs to the paper. And we can throw that away. This one, that's going to come onto here. And we're going to put score tape on that side. And cut it off and burnish it. Now we still need to get some paper for this side over here. And remember, I had my marks over here for magnets. And I'm just going to grab the magnets. Right, I've got my magnets. Oops. They've got the plus and the minus. So first we are going to put our magnets just in the middle. So when you closed it up, it can just grab it. Now, sort of a little bit more towards the middle, that it's not on the edge, because then you can tear. These magnets are very strong. You will tear your paper. We're just going to take the backing off. And I like to just put it like towards the middle. And we know when they are grabbing, it is, I'm not going to tear my paper. And so it will keep it close then. Right, so I'm just going to take that one off, and now we're going to get some paper to put on this side. So what I decided is I'm just going to take the whole front page off, and we're going to cut. We're going to use that one and that one. So we're just going to cut right through to have those two. And I'm just going to use my scissors, and I'm going to just cut on the line. And then we're just going to cut all that off. And that you can throw away. I think I need to cut a little bit more off here. That's not going to bother me at all. And I'm just going to glue these ones in like that. And that's the effect we are going to get. I'm going to glue mine down, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, I'm gluing, and that is over the magnet. Very pretty. We're going to bring our front page back, and there is our fold out. Now let's position this. What you can do if you want to measure to get the middle, but I just eyeball it, and we'll just fold that back, and let's just in the middle as best as you can. That's all. And I'm down. And that looks very pretty. The mate of our magnet I'm just going to put it down there. And I will think I'm gonna glue it down. This is what I do. Just have to grab it again. My score tape. Then I lift it up. So the sides that hanging over, I'm just going to bring it in and bring it in. And then there it is. And let's see if it's going to work. Yes, it's working. So that is our front page. It looks very nice. Now we're going to go into the second page. It is this one. Let's grab our paper for this and see what we are going to do. The pattern, it's to the left hand side. We are going to measure over 8 1/8 and we're going to cut that down. I've just made a mark there already, put it in my trimmer, and I'm cut it. This is going to the side, and that is the page we are going to use for the side. Now you're going to tell me it's short. It doesn't matter if it's short, that it is our pocket, so nobody will know that you didn't have enough paper here to fill it. That's going to be the pocket. So when you're happy with yours, cut it down. Mine is all glue in. That looks, actually, it's very pretty. Now you're going to glue on the side here and on the side there, and or you can put score tape, and then we're going to glue that in. It's just a line. I'm just going to turn it, and I'm just going to do a line of glue. That's all that you need. And then take it over. I'm just going to burnish it very well. I know it's glue is going to come out. That's okay. And that will be your first pocket. Now we are going to get some nice paper to put over on our pocket. Remember I said to you on the back page, we are going to use this and that side. So just cut that off, and you can cut that off now if you want to, and that's going to fit perfectly into that pocket. I'm going to cut mine down and I'll show you. Right, I've cut mine down and it is absolutely perfect for what we want to use. So I'm just going to measure it up and make sure I've got a little border on both ends. I'm going to make a pencil mark and I'm going to cut that down. So I'm just going to use my scissors. This is another tip for you, your bottom blade of your scissors. If you have that straight, you'll cut straight. So I've got a mark over here. I've got a mark there and a mark there. And I'm going to keep my bottom blade on that mark there. And bring it together, and that's my straight cut. Don't throw this away. You can put that aside. I've got a clip here where I put all my offcuts together, so when I need to go and dig in and see what I need, it's there ready for me. And let's see. Right, let's glue this one down. That is down, and that is down. Just burnish it very well. That is the front page and the first page. Very easy. Now we are going to go into our flips out and inner pages. So what I want you to do is your first inner page, we're going to do score tape on that side, and where your first fold line there is and your second fold line, we are going to put it in the middle there. Well, the best as you can, but if you can get it in the middle, it will be perfect. I just grab my score tape. If you've got a wider one, you're welcome to use it, and I think that's what I am going to do. I just want to see. That's too wide. Oh, I don't have a wider one here. Let's see. Yes, this one will work. And we're gonna just cut it and burnish it very well. So we're going to work with this first before we're going to put it in our book. I'm just going to fold that and put it aside. Let's work with this. So for the inner page, we've got a pocket at the bottom and a flip out for the top. So we will have that next to us. So we're going to grab paper for this, and let's see what paper we're going to use for that page. So when you go into your paper pack, we're going to go into this one. This is the page I want you to grab. And this is what we're going to do. Now I am going to measure to fit on my page, and I will give you the measurements. All I do is make a mark there and a mark there, and let's see what that is. So this first one over here, that is 6 inches. That's very easy. So we're going to put it in our paper trimmer, and we're going to cut down 6 inches. Just get my arm out in the paper trimmer, and on the 6-inch mark, and cut it through. This one goes into our pile, and let's see what this measurement is. This one measure 8 and a quarter. 8 and a quarter on that measurement there, and let's cut it. That goes into our reserve, and that will be The first, oh, I cut it wrong. Let me see, it's a little bit too long. It's a little bit too long. I think it is 8 1/8. Let's just cut that. Let's just cut that little bit off. So it is 8 1/8. I think that's what it needs to be. Let's bring it back. Yes, that is 8 1/8. That's what we need. Now, before we're going to glue this down, we're going to put our page aside, and then we're going to work with this, our inner flip out. Now, that might be a little bit too long now, because I've cut that a little bit smaller, but that is an easy fix. So we'll just put them together, turn them around, and with our pencil, we're just going to draw a line, and let's cut it down, because this needs to fit onto our pattern paper. Fold on our score line, and let's finish it very well. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to put our score tape over there, and we're going to bring it down. You can use glue for this if you want to, but I prefer score tape, because that's going to work a lot when you open and close it. So score tape is, for me, the better way of doing it. Now, let's put that one aside. We're going to work with this first. We are going to get paper for that side and for that side. And I'm a little bit over there. If you are over with your score tape, just cut it off, because dust and things can get to it, and then it's not going to look very nice. I've got some pencil marks there. Now I'm just going to go into our cut-offs. These two cut-offs that we've done, these two, they come in very handy now. And let's see if that one will. That one will fit, but there's too much of card showing, so I'm just going to put that one aside, and we will use this one. So we'll just cut this to fit, and I'm just going to measure again, pencil mark, and then I'm going to put it on my grid line. And use my scissors to cut it. I'm very comfortable with my scissors. Put it in your paper trimmer if you want to, if you're not that comfortable. And we are going to glue that onto this page. Right, I'm gluing, and now we're going to put our flip onto our page. So just get it all ready and turn it around. If you move, just do it again. Just grab it again, hold it. I've moved, but I think I'm okay. Let's do it again. Hold it, come on, hold it, pinch, and I moved again. That's it. Right, so we're going to take this off. And let's bring it over. And burnish it well. And that is our first flip page. I've got some pencil marks there. That's our first flip page. Now we're going to work with the bottom here, and this is our pocket. So the pocket that we've done, it was 7 1/4 by 3 1/8, and we score 1/2 inch all around. And let's burnish it onto our score lines so we can get a nice crisp fold line. Now we've got, I'll show you with a pencil, we've got a square over here and a square over here. On that square we are going to cut off, and I'll show you how I do it. There's my score line. I go a little bit in from my score line. There's the score line over there, and I'm going to cut a little bit away from that score line. So I'm going to cut like on an angle to the point there. To the point, I'm going to turn my page and cut that side. So it's like a V. On an angle, turn it, and cut that. It's like a V. So when you turn this over, you've got a nice corner. You've got nice corners, and you take a little bit of the bulk away that's over here. Now you can just put glue around, or you can put your score tape. I'm just going to do glue. First I want to see if this is going to fit on my page, because I've cut that one a little bit too small, and I'm too big. So if you cut exactly the same as what I did, let's check this first. That's going to go in there. The bottom, it will be fine. The one side can be fine. It is this side over here. So let's just measure that up first, where our page is there, and that's where we are going to do the next score line. So let's do that. So I've got my mini scoreboard out here, and let's just gonna score on that line. We're gonna fold again. And then we're gonna cut again. So we've got that line. Now that flap for me, it's going to be too big. I'm just going to cut it down a little bit more. So let's see, now we should fit. I'm fit, I'm perfectly okay. So now we're gonna glue this down. Also, what I want you to do is just cut that a little bit off on an angle. So when you put something in there, it will not, you know, it's so much easier to put your stuff in. It just makes it so much easier. Right. This is what I do with pockets like this. The bottom part goes on top of this, because when you put it in, you're going to go straight through. When you put your stuff in, you're going to go straight through to the bottom. If you do it the other way, you might get that to cut your stuff. So rather do it this way, and you know you don't have any problems. So let's just glue this up. And another tip, just make sure you've got your glue onto the edge here. It will make it much easier for you when you put your stuff in, so that it is glued down and you've got nothing there that's in your way. And let's put it in. Just gonna hold the bottom here, hold the bottom, and we just do it on the edge of our paper, on the edge. I've moved, and let's burnish it. Burnish it, burnish it. Okay, oh, I moved again. This is with liquid glue, but it's nice. You can put it back into position. Okay, that's what I want. Waiting for the glue to come out. And this side. I think I'm in. That's it. We can use this perfectly, so we can cut this down so that it fits. But I want to show you another trick. I've got a corner rounder and a notch on that side, and this is a corner rounder. What I mean by a notch, I am going to show you. Before we're going to put our pattern paper on here, I'm just going to measure to fit. I need to cut that off, and I need to cut that off. Right. So the notch one, I'm just going to put it in my pocket. So I'm just going to try and see if I've got it in the middle. Just eyeball it. Yes, your pattern paper, you take it up to the edge. To the edge of your paper, and make sure that you've got a little bit of a border all around, and we're gonna notch it. So that is what we cut off. So when you do your paper, put your paper on, you've got an even cardstock showing there. And that's how easy it is. And I think I'm just going to do another mark there and another mark there. And let's cut that off. I'm just going to put that in my paper trimmer. That one, and on that mark. That goes into our reserves. Clipped it on. Let's see. Yes, that fits perfectly now. And let's glue it in. So just make sure you glue up to your corners and on the edge. And let's put it in. Burnish it. Wow, that's it. That looks very pretty. Right, so this is the front, and let's go to our page, and we are gonna glue this in or tape it. I will tape it in because this is gonna work a lot. So I'm gonna use my score tape, and let's do the middle as well. I'm just gonna start doing the middle. And on the sides. So I'm just gonna do all mine. Don't forget to fill in with your glue. You can do that. So I've glued mine, and I've got my score tape in the middle. I just need to take all the other ones away. So what I want to show you, you've got your flap on this side. Have a little bit of more space on this side so you're not so much on top of your score line there. It's very important to stay away from your score lines. Otherwise you can't use your book. You can't move it, and it's, you know, you can't fold it open, and you've put all that effort in and not using it. Okay, now I'm just taking all my strips away, or the backing of my score tape, and just the top one. And let's burnish it well. Let's put this in our folio. We will come back to this page, but now for this stage we are going to put it in. So what I've said is between those lines, that is where we're going to do it in the middle. And just make 100% sure that you line up with your edge and your edge. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take a little piece away, and I'm just going to fold it. Oh, let's fold it this side so it's easier to pull it. And then I'm just going to eyeball it. If you are square at the bottom here and you are in the middle, you should be fine for the top part there as well. And I'm quite happy. I'm just holding it, and let's flip it open, and yes, and that's our second page is in. Okay guys, this will be all for this tutorial. The next one we will up the pace and see that we can do a little bit more. Now you've got an idea what we are making, and you know, you can work as fast as what you would like. The video is there for you to fast forward or to stop and check and do it again if you want to. And I would like to thank you very much for stopping by again, spending your time with me, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.